So I think I decided that a poor man's raincoat and some hip waders are maybe a better option than the swim trunks. That was just not fun and gross and miserable. We got some upgrades. I could just wash it like a normal human being, but there's, I don't know, the grain cart and the bogey wheels and the tractor, I feel like there's just always so much that sprays back at you. I got Jed to help me too. You gonna help me wash, Jed? Okay, I think I'm gonna restart again by digging all that mud out of there. I tried blowing it out when I had that big air compressor quite a few videos back, but it was kind of frozen in there a little bit. And it wasn't a whole lot left, so I left it for then. The one sucky part about tracks is the mud you get in them. Otherwise, we love them. You know, before today, I could only ever really find one downside of having such a giant grain cart. And that was when you're opening up fields, getting around, it's a little bit clumsy. But I think I just found a second downside. When it comes to washing it, the darn thing is so big, it takes forever. I finally got it all pressure washed off, but I am gonna do a proper good job and go across it again by scrubbing it, pressure washing it again, and then spot-free rinsing. She is gonna be shiny. I could wax it too, but oh my gosh, I'd be here for a week. So now that I got it pressure washed off, I'm gonna back it out, get the floor all cleaned up. I just like working in a cleaner environment when it comes to actually getting stuff really clean. That corn soaking wet is a little bit gross on the ground. And then I'm gonna get to scrubbing. We're getting everything all scraped up and pushed out here. This little lawn tractor works really good for it too, because it's not so aggressive on the concrete. You can kind of just lightly scratch. Nice and gentle. Now that we got it all scraped up pretty good, I'll run the scrubber across it over there and pull the tractor back in. Well, after getting the floor all cleaned up and getting it brought back in, I washed the tracks a second time because, you know, you drive them and it just kind of makes them dirty again. But how does that much come out of them over the second pass? I think I got them pretty clean. I got them as clean as I'm gonna get them. Now I'm gonna get to scrubbing. And if you don't look like this when you're cleaning stuff, did you really get what you're cleaning clean? Like, you gotta look dirtier than what the implement looked like before. Rinse and repeat, now the rest of it. There we go, scrub down, spot free rinsed. Look at her shine. It's like she's brand new again. But it's getting to be evening. I got this thing clean. That means it's time for me to go fishing. It's a crisp negative 20 degrees here in North Dakota. If you ever thought about moving here, you might want to think again. But knowing it was gonna get so cold here, I wanted to do a bit of a test just out of my curiosity. I know Project Farms and a bunch of other people have tested this before, and I just wanted to do more of a real world, not a controlled environment test. So here's what I did. I took some diesel and I treated it right there, and I put it outside where it's negative 20 degrees with a wind chill of, the wind chill minus 53 degrees Fahrenheit right now. So that's cold. So here's my two treated fuels. This one is housed apparently, and I'd say it's gelled. This one here is power service, and it's basically almost frozen solid. It doesn't even want to move around. Oh my goodness. That power service is a no-go. Hopefully At least the hose I can still kind of shake. And then in this jug here, we have just straight number 2 untreated fuel. Yeah, that's very cloudy, very gelled. The power service one, yeah, P for power service, is actually like almost frozen solid. The house is still a liquid-ish. I think this would plug filters and not want to run though. It's pretty cloudy. A quarter of it is treatment and the rest of it is fuel in this little pint jar. Like I went all the way up to that little 4 mark right there with treatment. Power service makes that 911 additive that's supposed to ungel your fuel. I've heard a lot of people say that you can also ungel your fuel with just using gasoline. So I want to see if I add a little bit of gasoline to this gelled fuel, if it'll work or not. We gave it about a pint's worth.
Oh, we were doing some pressure washing and we ended up with a lake here. The other drain and the other side of the shop tees into this one and that one's draining fine. So that means that this one must be full of mud and just plugged up. So we gotta just take the cover off and clean it out. But we're trying to get that water emptied out. And to empty the water, we're trying to use the floor scrubber. But the floor scrubber does not like the snow we have out front here. Yeah, it's a little bit cold on here.
It was plugged on them. Cameron is attempting to pull the cover off the drain. I think someone super glued it down. I'm still sucking water up. Are you both on like one side of it?
Yeah. It's right here's the edge. That comes over here.
They're still attempting to get the cover off. They don't want to come up. If you could both get like right beside each other, 2 holes basically.
Yeah, I think that's where we're at now.
God dang.
Feels like suction on.
The water was suctioning it down.
I got my hands wet, so then my hands are slippery.
And maybe a little rusted in too.
Okay, now.
Don't fall in there.
Yeah, don't step in the hole. I'm feeling the pipe right now. I got my fingers in it.
Does it feel plugged?
Nope. I don't feel nothing in it.
What the heck?
But there's a lot of this shit right underneath it. Yeah. Take the garden hose down this drain.